This is the regular meeting of the Board of Estimate and Apportionment, Wednesday, June 19th, 2 p.m. Will you please call the roll?
Mayor Coulson?
I'm here.
Comptroller Green?
Here.
President Reed?
Here.
All present.
Thank you. Items presented for the first time. Number 1, 19.087, request from the Comptroller's Office for approval of contracts and leases for various city departments as listed on Exhibit A. Number 2, 19.088, request from the Comptroller's Office for approval of transfers between projects for capital improvement funds listed on Exhibit B. Number 3, 19.089, request from the President of the Board of Aldermen's Office, Chief of Staff, for approval of Board Bill 43. This ordinance directs the Treasurer of the City of St. Louis to deposit funds received to the City Public Transit Sales Tax Trust Fund, Account 1, and appropriates $11,580,000 to the Bi-State Development Agency for FY 2020 pursuant to Ordinance 63168, approved 8/2/1994. Number 4, 19.090, request from the President of the Board of Aldermen's Office, Chief of Staff, for approval of Board Bill 44. This ordinance directs the Treasurer of the City of St. Louis to deposit funds received to the City Public Transit Sales Tax Trust Fund, Account 2, and appropriates $11,580,000 to the Bi-State Development Agency for FY 2020 pursuant to Ordinance 64111, approved 11/4/97. Number 5, 19.091, request from the President of the Board of Aldermen's Office, Chief of Staff, for approval of Board Bill 45. This ordinance appropriates $21,940,000 out of the Transportation Trust Fund to the Bi-State Development Agency for FY 2020 under certain conditions. Number 6, 19.092, request from the Director of Public Safety for approval of Board Bill number 51. This ordinance authorizes the execution of a grant agreement with the U.S. Department of Homeland Security Federal Emergency Management Agency Assistance to Firefighters Grant for $594,182 to fund the St. Louis Fire Department Cancer Prevention Initiative. Number 7, request from the Director of Public Safety for approval of Board Bill 62. This ordinance authorizes the execution of a grant agreement with the U.S. Department of Homeland Security Federal Emergency Management Agency Assistant to Firefighters Grant for $73,524 to fund the St. Louis Fire Department Smoke and CO Detector Program. Number 8, request from the Director of Airports for approval of Board Bill 56. This ordinance authorizes a multi-year public works improvement program at a total estimated cost of $95 million for capital improvement projects 2 and 4, the airport terminal complexes, concourses, associated structures and buildings, and authorizes an initial appropriation of $29,731,190 as $6,500,000 from the Airport Development Fund, $14,221,326 from the Series 2019A construction subaccount, and $9,009,864 from the Series 2019B construction subaccount. Number 9, request from the Director of Airports for approval of Board Bill 57. This ordinance authorizes a concession agreement for a shared ride shuttle with Airport's Best Taxi Service, LLC. Number 10, 19.096, request from the St. Louis Development Corporation for approval of Board Bill 31 and 31 committee substitute. This ordinance authorizes the issuance of up to $17,259,000 tax increment financing TIF revenue notes for FOPA Partners, LLC for City Foundry, St. Louis, RPA 2, phases 1, 2, 3, and 4. Number 11, 19.097, request from the St. Louis Development Corporation for approval of Board Bill 59. This ordinance authorizes the issuance, reissuance, and delivery of tax increment financing TIF revenue notes for the St. Louis Innovation District, A, increasing the not-to-exceed aggregate principal amount of Series B from $2 million to $7.2 million for redevelopment project 5, and B, issuing Series 2019 not to exceed $42 million for area-wide projects. Number 12, 19.098, request from the St. Louis Development Corporation for approval of Board Bill 69. This ordinance authorizes the issuance of up to $5,172,000 tax increment financing TIF note revenue notes for Jerry Ackerman Toyota in the Northeast Hampton / I-44 Project 1 area. Number 13, 19.099, request from the Director of Parks, Recreation, and Forestry for approval of Board Bill 21. This ordinance authorizes the execution and delivery of an operating lease agreement with the West End Community Center at 824 Union Avenue with the Demetrius Johnson Charitable Foundation, Inc. Number 14, 19.100, request from the Department of Public Safety for approval of a contract between the Fire Department and the U.S. Department of Homeland Security Federal Emergency Management Agency to support the Cancer Prevention Initiative Grant, EMW 2017 FO 03716 for $594,192. Number 15, 19.101, request from the Department of Public Safety for approval of a contract between Fire Department and the U.S. Department of Homeland Security Federal Emergency Management Agency to support the Smoke and CO Detector Program, Grant EMW 2017 FP 00188 for $73,524. That's the extent of the agenda. I would like to move to make a correction for item number 10, if I could. I would move, if I could, to amend item number 10 to read, request from the St. Louis Development Corporation for approval of Board Bill 31 committee substitute.
Okay, instead of 31.
Instead of 31 and yes, so I think that's a typo.
Yeah.
And so we just second that. All in favor of the amendment to the agenda for item number 10? Aye.
Aye.
Okay, agenda is amended.
I move that we adopt items 1 through 15 as printed.
I'll second that. Is there any discussion on items 1 through 15?
I did say 1 through 15.
You did.
Okay.
Is that what you meant?
Yes.
Okay, yes, 1 through 15 as amended. Is there any discussion on any of the items? No? All in favor of adopting items 1 through 15?
Aye.
Aye. So this agenda has been adopted. There's, under other business, additional items the board may wish to discuss. There was an item which was originally requested to be placed on this agenda by the Comptroller's Office, which did not make it onto the agenda. Back on June 14th, which was last Friday at 10:53 in the morning, Mr. Garavalias sent an email to Ms. Fitzsimmons and with a copy of an extension request for the Municipal Courts Building project, which is City of St. Louis and Vertical Realty Advisors. And then a few minutes later, 6 minutes later, Ms. Fitzsimmons sent the email to Walterman, Shepherd, Payne, and Reese asking if this item be placed on the ENA agenda with a hard copy of Jim Garavalia's request. And when the agenda came out, the item was not on the agenda. And so yesterday, yes, on Tuesday, the 18th, at 12:57, the mayor's office asked the secretary of the ENA and the members of the ENA to add this item to the agenda. We did not hear back from the secretary for the Board of ENA in time to post this item for to be in compliance with the Sunshine Law, and so we posted it so that we would be in compliance on physically on floors 1, 2, 3, and 4 here in the building, and we also asked that it be posted to the ENA website so that it could be placed on the agenda. This was honestly under the thought that the Comptroller's Office had asked that it be placed on the agenda, and so we wanted to make sure we completed the notice requirements. We did get back a response from the Secretary for the Board of ENA stating that any additions would have to be cleared through the Comptroller, and then Tyson Pruitt of the Comptroller's Office removed it from the website, and someone, we don't know who, removed it from the first and second floors of City Hall. They left it on the third and the fourth floor. So we were going to suggest that we add this item to the agenda today, but there may be some confusion about whether or not it was properly posted. And so this is a building that is owned by the Comptroller's Office, and
It's owned by the city, Madam Mayor.
it's owned by the city of St. Louis, as opposed to being owned by LRA, which owns many properties. And so this is a building that has a developer. They have title to the building, but there's a $2 million deposit that has been placed in escrow. It expires on June 30th. This building has both federal and state historic tax credits already awarded to it. So if we want this project to go forward, we're going to need to have another E&A meeting in order to extend the contract on this before it expires on June 30th. So I would just ask that, I would suggest.
I'd make myself available for another meeting.
I'm just suggesting, by the way, the taxes were not paid on this building until today. So there is a receipt that the taxes have been paid at this point in time. And so I'm going to suggest that we have another meeting on Monday or Tuesday so that this project can move forward.
Can we do it Monday?
I can do it Monday. I'll make myself available almost any time. I'm going to suggest Monday at 10 o'clock or Monday at 2 o'clock.
All right. I have a full schedule Monday, but I will move what I need to move
Okay.
to make whatever time Monday.
Okay.
Monday.
Are you available on Monday?
You guys have a quorum if I'm not. So
Oh, I know.
I'll leave it at your discretion to schedule and let us know what times that you're available.
Okay.
With,
I'd like
but
to.
if there's a time that works best for you, Monday, let's do it.
I don't know. I really don't. This is just coming up. I'd have to check my schedule to let you know.
Okay.
But you did say you have a full schedule. You would move things, and I
I'll
would
move
hope
some.
that I could
Yeah.
find time on that Monday as well.
Okay.
That would be great. Monday, if Monday doesn't work, let's do it Tuesday or let's do it Wednesday. So could we have a motion for
Yeah.
2 o'clock Monday, or pick what time? And we can change it if we need to. When you,
Yes.
or a motion to have a meeting next week.
Yeah.
At the- when we all agree.
I move that we have a follow-up meeting first part of next week to take up the items that were not on this week's
Decided.
agenda based on the schedules.
Yeah, we can work it out, the schedules. Okay. I would second that. All in favor of having a motion early next week to take up the item of the municipal works building?
Aye.
Aye.
Hi.
Okay, thank you. Is there any other business we need to?
Motion to
Chat.
adjourn.
Did I do what? What did I? Oh. Yeah. So there is one other item that may be needed to be placed on the E&A agenda, and it's a redevelopment plan for 415 South 18th Street. That's the new Build-A-Bear location that may come about. So, we would certainly know that by Friday so that we could meet the 24-hour posting requirements.
Yeah, I'll amend my motion to having a follow-up meeting next week, first part of next week, of E&A to take up the courthouse and any other items that we need.
Okay. Great.
For E&A.
Second. Now, all in favor of that amended motion?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. All right, thank you. Appreciate it.
Aye.